Hello from London, and we're beginning our programme this afternoon with a Toytown play by S.G.Hulme Beaman. This one's called A Portrait of the Mayor.
Down by the river, in a part of Toytown which is not considered very respectable, stands the shop of Mr. Brass, and over the shop is a room in which, at the time this story opens, lived an artist. He was not often seen because he was shy and retiring, and when he did appear in the street, the more common animals shouted rude remarks and even went so far as to throw mud at him. Now, this was due to some extent to his artistic dress, which consisted of a black velvet coat, an orange tie, green and white check trousers, and white spats. One evening, Mr. Grasser heard a timid knock at his front door, and when, grumbling and complaining, he opened it,
Well?
there upon the doorstep stood the artist. He held a large flat parcel under his arm.
Would you like to buy a picture? Very nice, very cheap. Do you mean to say you have knocked at my door to sell me something? Yes. You ought to be ashamed, disturbing respectable citizens at this time of night. It ought not to be allowed. Well, buy a picture and I'll go away. Very nice, very cheap. A picture. Let me look at what you have the impudence to call a picture. Half a minute. This is a shipwreck. A shipwreck? But it's not a bit like a shipwreck. But you're not ashamed to call that a shipwreck. What's all that smoke and those twiddly things? Oh, I beg your pardon. I've shown you the wrong one. It's locomotive. I can't puff all my fair share of wasting. Here we are. This is the shipwreck. Doesn't look like it to me. Turn it round. Oh, sir. That's better. Huh? Well, I don't see very much difference between them. And in any case, if I bought a picture, I should want something much more cheerful than these. I shouldn't dream of buying a picture. Very nice, very cheap. But if I did, it would have to be something amusing. Oh, well. How about this one? This is a picture of a baby elephant lost in the snow. You can see the tears running down his trunk and freezing if you look carefully. Never heard of such a thing. You have the impudence to show me a picture of an elephant lost in the snow? But where elephants live, there isn't any snow. Perhaps the elephant was brought there by circus. And in that case, you ought to show the circus disappearing in the distance. Else how are people to know? It's disgraceful. You don't know how to paint pictures. Now, yes, I've got a lot more. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Here is the Theatre Royal being blown up by guns. And no, this one. This is the police station after a disastrous fire. And this. Oh, go away, go away. I don't want to buy your pictures. I don't like your pictures. You either. Well, really.
The artist turned away, and passing round the corner, for Mr. Grasser's was a corner house, knocked at the first door he came to. And again, Mr. Grasser opened the door.
What? Oh, dare you! This is disgraceful. First you knock at my front door, and then you knock at my side door. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Go away, go away! Are you sure you wouldn't like to buy a picture? I've a lot here and a lot more at home.
Just as the artist turned to go, he saw coming round the corner the two figures of Daddy the Lamb and Dennis the Dachshund walking arm in arm.
Oh, Dennis, what a funny-looking man. So, it is the artist. Over the shop of Mr. Brass he lives. All the low dogs of the street know him. Frequently mud at him they throw, and even rude cries shout.
What are you staring at me like that for?
Oh, Mr. Artist, there you do look so funny. But we don't wish to be rude, do we, Dennis?
Oh, nein.
I suppose you wouldn't like to buy a picture on either of you?
Oh, Oh, no, sir, I spent all my pocket money. We've been to a party at the Ark, and as it was the baby hippo's birthday, I had to take him some lollipops.
A lovely party it was. Never have I so much a party enjoyed.
And after we'd finished the lollipops that I gave the baby hippo, we had some cream buns.
Cream buns!
Yes, we love cream buns, only I always think they're very difficult to eat because when you bite them, if you're not careful, they squirt.
Yes, and after that, some jelly we had, and also some lovely liver sausage. 2 helpings of that I had.
And I'm not very fond of sausage, so I had 2 extra large helpings of birthday cake instead.
Oh, don't tell me any more.
Oh, sir, we won't if it makes you jealous. Oh, please, will you let us look at your pictures? I love to look at pictures.
Oh, goody.
I used to know an artist who painted pictures once. He sat outside the fish shop at Arkville, but his pictures were not painted on papers like yours. They were done on wooden boards, which made them much stronger. People used to put pennies in his hat for looking at them.
What was that you say, my friend?
People used to put pennies in the artist's hat. He used to get quite a lot of pennies. Oh, I wish I could paint pictures, then I could get pennies too.
Ah, my friends, an idea I have. An idea that will make us all rich. Have you got a lot of pictures, Mr. Artist?
Oh, hundreds and hundreds. I could plaster the streets of Toytown with my pictures. But if I did, Ernest the policeman would probably take my name and address.
Yes, he's very particular.
Listen, my friends. Let us all to the barn proceed, and over a little refreshment my great idea discuss.
Dennis removed the peaked cap which he wore, and from it produced 2 buns, a large bar of chocolate, and half a sausage.
See? This food from the party, I say. I was thrifty, was I not?
Dennis, how greedy, and after eating all you did at the party.
In my kennel there was also a bone, but perhaps our artist friend does not a bone appreciate.
I should certainly prefer the sausage.
Come then, my friends, let us to the barn proceed, where this great idea of mine quietly we will discuss.
Oh, yes, that.
Oh, by all means.
Some days later, Ernest the policeman was on his way to the town hall in order to report to the mayor before going on duty. Suddenly he paused and rubbed his eyes in astonishment. At the corner of the street about a dozen pictures were propped against the wall or lay upon the pavement, and in the middle sat the small figure of Larry the Lamb holding between his hoofs an old top hat. Ernest the policeman crossed the road, and standing in front of Larry stared first at the pictures and then at the lamb.
Here, what's all this?
Oh, you please, Mr. Ernest, sir, will you spare a penny?
A penny? What for?
Oh, for a poor artist. I spent all my pocket money this week, so I'm doing this to get some more. You can put a penny in my hat, Mr. Ernest, and will you please make it 2 half pennies instead of 1 penny, and then I can start rattling.
I'm none too sure that this sort of thing ain't against the law, me lad. Pictures are all very well in their place. I likes a nice almanac as much as anybody, but sticking 'em about the streets like this may give the town a bad name. I didn't know before that you could paint picture.
Oh, Mr. Ernest, sir, didn't you?
No, I didn't, me lad. When I look at what you done, I ain't too sure about it now.
Oh,
However, it's me duty to speak to the mayor before permitting this here show to continue. No doubt you'll hear from me again, me lad.
and Ernest walked away in a dignified manner, but presently reappeared followed by the mayor. Oh, Mr. Mayor, sir, please spare a penny for a poor artist.
What's that?
That's what he said to me, your worship. Asked for 2 halfpennies he did, so's he could rattle 'em.
Oh, indeed. Well, this appears to be a most talented lamb. I had no idea he could paint pictures. Yes, they strike me as being very good pictures. For a lamb.
Oh?
I doubt if you could do as well, officer.
Ah, and you've not seen me notice board outside the police station with the partridge eye women and all?
Yes, I consider these pictures to be quite promising. Tell me, my lamb, what does this picture represent?
Oh, please, sir, that is a little baby elephant lost in the snow. If you look carefully, you will see tears rolling down his little trunk and freezing.
Oh, yes. I can perceive them quite distinctly. A most affecting picture. And what is this one?
Oh, please, Mr. Mayor, sir, that's the police station after a disaster. An awful fire.
Making fun of the police, that's what 'tis, your worship.
Oh, come off, he said, don't be so touchy. I feel sure no one will recognize the police station.
There's something in that, your worship. But it's disrespectful all the same.
On the whole, I consider the lamb should be encouraged. He is clearly a most talented animal. Now, tell me, my lamb, can you do anything else of which we've not heard?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, sir, I can recite.
Recite?
What, poetry?
Yes, I can recite very nicely, and I know a lovely little poem. Oh, Mr. Mayor, sir, if I recite it, will you give me 2 halfpennies for my hat?
Well, yes, if you recite nicely, I'll certainly give you 2 halfpennies.
On hearing this, Larry rose to his back hoofs, placed the hat on the pavement before him, and after closing his eyes and thinking for a few moments, recited the following lines. It's nice to be a lamb and look as innocent as me, and brush one's fleece and keep oneself as neat can be. Old ladies look at me and cry, "Oh, what a darling lad! A little lamb so neat and trim cannot be really bad."
It's charming.
If I see birdies on a tree, I never throw a stone until I've looked most carefully to see if I'm alone. I never ring at bells and run unless I'm really sure that no one is in sight to see me running from the door there. And so, although I may be near, I'm never caught and smacked, for no one would suspect unless they caught me in the act.
Oh.
I look so sweet and innocent that no one would suppose I could do such naughty things. I look too good.
Yes, madam, I think that is a most charming poem, and I'd like to say that...
Which shows that it's better far to keep oneself as neat can be, with fleece well brushed and glossy hoofs like me. Because, see, old ladies look at me and say, "Oh, what a darling lad! A little lamb so neat and trim can surely not be bad."
Oh, indeed.
Is that the end? Well, yes, a very pretty little poem, though perhaps a trifle open to criticism. What do you think, officer?
Me, your worship? Don't ask me. I don't know nothing about poetry. I'm a policeman, I am.
Well, now, here are your 2 halfpennies, your 2 halfpennies, madam.
Thank you.
And now, tell me, do you think you could paint my portrait?
Oh, well, if Mr.
I've long thought that the town hall should contain a portrait of its mayor. Don't you think so, officer?
I don't see no harm in it, your worship. So long as you keep it inside the town hall.
Very well, then. Now, madam, you're so talented and have such a sense of, poetry, that I feel sure you'll be able to produce an excellent portrait of your mayor. Bring your chalks or your paints or whatever you use to the town hall tomorrow afternoon, and I shall be pleased to stand in a dignified attitude so that you can paint me. Here is 2 and 6pence on account. 1, 2, and... Good morning, my lamb.
Oh, if you please, Mr. Mayor, sir. But the mayor and Ernest had hurried away. Larry, looking very nervous and frightened, rapidly packed up his pictures and, placing the top hat on his head, ran as hard as he could towards Mr. Brass's shop. In the room over the shop, the artist and Dennis the Dachshund were engaged in counting a pile of coppers when Larry the lamb arrived, and he looked so rumpled and frightened, and his hat had fallen so far over his little nose that his friends were astonished.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What a so fine. It's a trouser.
Listen, Mr. Artist, so what do you think has happened? Oh, the mayor gave me half a crown.
£0.50. Splendid. That was another 10pence each for us. With what we have here, we have done well. And all through my splendid idea. It certainly was a good idea. It was. Rich we shall become rich. Oh, it is well you met me, my friend. Now, I have this morning in Noah Street 1 and 6pence collected. Our friend here has £0.50 obtained. Let us so encourage our operations extend, and other animals hire, each with a little pile of your pictures to sit. Each a separate street shall take, and each 1/2 of his takings to us shall pay. Splendid, was it not?
Sounds too good to be true. There's a catch in it somewhere. Oh, yes, there is. There is. I found the catch already. Mr. Mayor's the catch. I've got to go to the town hall tomorrow and paint his portrait, and I can't paint because, you see, I'm only a little lamb.
Yeah, very awkward this was it not?
Very awkward indeed, because when the mayor finds out that this lamb can't paint pictures, he'll know the whole thing is a swindle.
Talk not so, my friends. This was not a swindle. This was business. Let us think. Yeah, I have it. You, Mr. Artist, a picture of the mayor must paint. With it, our friend to the town hall shall go. Then, after pretending the mayor to paint, he will the picture show. Clever, was it not, nicht wahr?
Yes, it's a very good idea. The only trouble is I've never seen the mayor. I don't know what he looks like. Never seen the mayor? Oh, Mr. Artist, where were you brought up?
So, our friend has never seen the mayor. But what matters it? He must guess what the mayor looks like. Surely it was not so difficult. Is he not an artist?
Well, of course, I know what he ought to look like. I'll do my best. I'll start work at once. Suppose neither of you has such a thing as a cream bun about you. There's nothing like a nice cream bun when one has an important piece of work to do. Please, we haven't, but if you promise to start work at once, I will go round to Mrs. Goose's and buy one.
And I, my friends, out into the street will go, animals to find who in this great idea of mine will join.
So the artist set to work and painted hard, while Larry either watched him or ran backwards and forwards to Mrs. Goose's for further supplies of cream buns. And at last the picture was finished. Well, that's that. And I should imagine it's very like the mayor. Oh, it's not very like the mayor. I don't believe he'll think it's a very good portrait. But I'm sure you couldn't have a better portrait of a mayor than that. You know best. I'm only a little lamb. I'll take it with me and pretend. And if he says it's not good, I shall just say it's the best I can do. After all, he oughtn't to expect anything much better from a lamb. At the appointed time, Larry presented himself at the town hall. He carried a parcel under his arm and an easel on his back, and wore a large orange-coloured tie, which the artist had assured him was the correct thing for him to wear. He felt very nervous, and when the mayor's secretary admitted him, Larry for some moments could utter nothing but bleats. Mr. Secretary, sir, I've come to paint the portrait of the mayor. I've got my box of paints here, and this is my easel. Oh, great. Will you come this way? The secretary led the lamb into the mayor's study, where the mayor was walking up and down wearing a new blue coat and his gold chain.
My lamb. What have you got on your back? St. Judaism?
Oh, no, sir, that's my easel, and I've got my box of paints, too, and a lot of paper.
Then we'll start at once. Now tell me, where would you like to sit?
Well, I'll sit over in this corner.
But it's quite dark there.
It doesn't matter, Mr. Mayor. I can paint just as well in the dark as I can in the light.
But surely... oh, very well. Now, I have decided to stand for my portrait in a very dignified manner, holding a roll of paper, and you might put a picture of the town hall in the background.
Oh, well, just as you please, Mr. Mayor, sir. It's all the same to me. Would you like to see my little tubes of paint before I start? There, I unscrew the tops with my little teeth, and I squash the gills with my hooves, and lovely little coloured worms come out. I love doing it.
I have no wish to see the coloured worms, my lamb, and tightly refrain from squashing them on my new carpet. Now.
The mayor struck an attitude of great dignity, one hand on his hip and the other grasping a long roll of paper, while Larry, concealed behind his easel in the corner, pretended to work very hard at the picture. But really he was amusing himself by squeezing all the little paint tubes in the box which the artist lent him, and watching the worms of paint spread out over a sheet of cardboard. But after a long time, when Larry had squeezed all the paint tubes flat, the mayor began to sigh and to pant in his efforts to retain the dignified attitude which he had chosen.
Have you nearly finished, my lamb? Because I'm beginning to feel a trifle exhausted.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, sir, I've quite finished, if you have.
Very well, then.
Larry very nervously emerged with a picture on a piece of cardboard. The mayor regarded it for some moments in silence.
It doesn't look very much like me. In fact, I may say that it isn't a bit like me.
Oh, Mr. Mayor, sir, don't say that.
But I'm not as thin as that, and I was holding a roll of paper, but in this picture I'm holding an umbrella.
Yes, sir, it does look something like an umbrella.
And you've given me long white whiskers.
Oh, well, Mr. Mayor, sir, I don't think those are really meant for whiskers. I think they're smudges.
And worse than all, instead of putting in the town hall, you've painted in a building which looks like the Dog and Whistle. Really, my lamb, it's just a rather messy picture of an unpleasant-looking old man with whiskers leaning on an umbrella outside the Dog and Whistle.
Oh, please, Mr. Mayor, sir, I did my little best. Before the mayor could reply, Mr. Grouser entered, closely followed by Ernest the policeman.
This is disgraceful, disgraceful. What is the town coming to? Are you or are you not the mayor of Toytown, and what do you mean by it?
Mean by what? Tightly refrain from shouting in that rude manner, Mr. Brown.
I shall shout as loudly and as rudely as I wish, sir. Very nice state of affairs. The whole town is simply infested with artists. You can't take a step without tripping over them. They're like black beetles. It's disgraceful. It ought not to be allowed.
The fact of the matter is, your worship, that in every street in the town there seems to be a animal sitting on the pavement with a lot of pictures round him and a cap in front of him, a shouting and a howling for pennies. Awful it is, sir. Never see such a thing.
Like cockroaches.
This is extremely curious. I thought this lamb was the only artist in the town.
Then you are wrong, sir. For one of them knocked at my door the other night, a horrible-looking man with an orange tie and white spats. Disgraceful, they ought not to be allowed.
And he asked you to buy one of his pictures?
He called them pictures. One of them pretended to show a young elephant lost in the snow, a ridiculous thing.
Yeah, but look.
And the other one was supposed to be the police station after being burned down.
Well, no,
They were horrible. There was not a laugh in the whole lot of them. I told him what I thought. I never mince my words, sir, never.
If you please, Mr. Mayor, sir, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll be going now.
Now, one moment, my lamb, one moment. These pictures seem to have been very like two which you showed me. Now, my lamb, let us have the truth. Did you or did you not paint those pictures?
If you please, Mr. Mayor, sir, I won't deceive you. I didn't.
I knew it.
I can't paint pictures at all. You see, my little hoofs are so awkward for holding things.
But how about this so-called portrait of me?
Oh, well, sir, I didn't do that either. I only pretended. You see, all the pictures were painted by an artist gentleman who lives over Mr. Brass's shop.
That's the one.
He's got hundreds and hundreds of pictures. And my friend Dennis thought it would be a splendid idea if we sat on the pavement with some of the pictures, because then people would give us pennies. And now Dennis has got all his friends to sit about with pictures, and they have to give half of the pennies they collect to Dennis and the artist gentleman. because Dennis thought of it all.
But this portrait,
Well, sir, the artist gentleman painted that for me to bring here, and my little conscience has been troubling me, and I'll never do it again.
Scandalous! Scandalous! I never heard of such a thing.
and where is this artist gentleman now?
Well, sir, when I saw him last, he was going to Mrs. Goosey's shop to have one of her sixpenny teas. You see, he's most awfully fond of cream buns. I expect he's still there.
Well, I consider the whole thing to be a most disgraceful affair.
And that is the first sensible thing you've said today, sir. It is disgraceful.
Oh, Mr. Mayor, sir, I'll never do it again. But I'm only a very small lamb, sir, and I didn't know any better. And it seems a splendid idea. Oh, please, Mr. Ernest, sir, don't glare.
It was what we call a swindle, in plain words, my lad. As an officer of the law, it'll be my painful duty to take the names and addresses of everyone concerned. You, being a young lamb and not knowing no better, will be let off with a caution.
Oh,
My advice to you, my lad, is to run round the streets and warn all your friends to pack up their pictures quick. 'Cause if they don't, there's going to be a big bonfire in the square tonight. I'm now going round to Mrs. Goosey's shop with me notebook to see if this here artist has finished his tea yet.
And the worst of it is that I shan't have a portrait of myself to hang in the town hall after all.
The worst? The worst? Why, that is the only thing about this disgraceful affair which we have to be thankful for.
oh,
That was a recorded production of A Portrait of the Mayor, a Toytown play by S.G.Hulme Beaman. Larry the Lamb was played by Derek McCulloch, who was also the narrator. Ernest the Policeman by Peter Claughton. Dennis the Dachshund by Preston Lockwood. Mr. Grocer by John Glyn Jones. The Mayor of Toytown by Felix Felton. And The Artist by Norman Shelley. The play was produced by Claire Chovil.